Being from Valencia, Spain has its perks. You get to eat a lot of paella. I mean, I've virtually eaten paella every Sunday for my entire life. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make an authentic Paella Valenciana. This is the original and classic one that's made with chicken and rabbit. Except we're going to turn it into a vegan Paella Valenciana. Guys, let me tell you, the flavor here is so authentic that it's unreal and it's just so good. You're not going to find a better vegan Paella Valenciana than this one right here. We're going to start by cutting up all our ingredients. That way when we fire up the paella pan, this is going to be a breeze to make. Now I'm going to replace the chicken and the rabbit with this 8-ounce block of organic tofu. You want to make sure you pat down the tofu with some paper towels and get all that moisture out of it. Then you want to cut it into cubes that are about 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. Add the tofu to a bowl, add a drizzle of extra virgin Spanish olive oil, season generously with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper, and toss everything together until it's well combined. Next, finely mince 4 cloves of garlic. Then grab about 10 flat green beans, cut off the ends, and cut them into pieces that are about 2 inches long. And finally, you want to reserve about 1/2 cup of large lima beans. These are frozen and pre-cooked. If you can't find these in your area, just grab some large lima beans and boil them for 20 minutes. Okay, we have all our ingredients cut, so let's start cooking our paella. I'm going to be using this authentic paella pan. Guys, seriously, if you don't have one of these, you can use a large frying pan. I'm going to heat it with a medium-high heat, and I'm going to add 1/3 cup of extra virgin Spanish olive oil. Once the oil gets hot, I'm going to season it with a little sea salt and then add the tofu into the pan. I'm going to cook it between 8 to 9 minutes until it has a beautiful golden color. After 9 minutes, I'm going to take the tofu out of the pan and set it aside. Next, we're going to add our green beans into the pan and we're going to cook these for about 3 minutes. Then make a well in the middle and add the minced garlic. 30 seconds after adding the garlic, add a generous 1/2 teaspoon of smoked paprika and mix everything together. Then add 1/2 cup of tomato puree and our 1/2 cup of lima beans and season everything with sea salt and mix it all together. 3 minutes after adding the tomato puree, we're going to add the tofu back into the pan and mix it all together. Next, I'm going to add 2.5 cups of vegetable broth, some saffron in powder form, or you can use saffron threads if you prefer, but whatever you do, don't use imitation saffron. Give it all a gentle mix, and then add 1 sprig of fresh rosemary. Once the broth comes to a boil, I'm going to add 1 cup of Spanish round rice. Very important to use only round rice when you're making a paella. Then you want to gently mix it around, that way it's all evenly distributed. And after this point, we're not going to mix the rice anymore. You can just give the pan a quick shake once in a while. In about 10 minutes after adding the rice into the pan, we're going to lower the fire to a low-medium heat. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes. The paella looks like it's almost done. So at this point, I'm going to show you guys how to make the socorrat, which is that beautiful burnt rice in the bottom of the pan. So go ahead and heat it with a high heat, and we're going to heat it for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, turn off the heat, cover the paella pan, and set it aside. After leaving our paella to rest for about 5 minutes, it's ready to go. I can't wait to dive into this. I'm going to uncover it, then garnish it with a couple slices of lemon and a sprig of fresh rosemary. Okay, now I'm going to give the paella a try. I'm going to get in there with a spoon, scrape the bottom of the pan a little bit. That way you guys can see the socorrat. And look how beautiful that came out. Okay, here I go. Salud. Such an amazing flavor to this paella. I tell you, I've had the authentic one with the chicken and rabbit thousands of times in my life. This tastes just like it. The only difference is we swapped out the chicken and rabbit for the tofu. But I'm telling you, the flavors there, this paella is simply stunning. If you enjoyed today's video on making this vegan Paella Valenciana, please hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe. Until the next time, hasta luego.